Hi friends, sorry about that. This is still the water zodiac reading. Last one we did was the Cancer. This is actually, I'm going to put this as a part 2 so you guys can find it, but this is the Scorpio that we're on now. And I believe that we were talking about the moon and what the moon was doing. And I feel like, and you guys can continue watching from part 1, but it does cut off. So as I was saying with the moon is there are some things, it's almost like spirit is lighting your path using the moon energy. You guys work really well with the moon energy to get to where you need to be. You're very, very close to your happiness. You're very, very close to having all the things that you want. And here we have is the Empress. And that takes you to the Empress seat. So it's almost like you're very close to living your best life, or that high that you're looking for. The Empress is using that, feminine energy too as well. I want to figure out why this Empress is here. Spirit guides and angels, why is the Empress here? Can you please clarify that? And then I'm going to ask for like more to the story. And I apologize for it cutting out. My phone decided that it wants to just tell me that I have too many things in my camera, which is not true. This is a very old phone, but I threw everything out when I got my new phone. So the Empress is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Cups. Empress is about creativity. It's getting creative and starting things that are brand new, and then making sure that whatever you're starting, you are following through, and that you come to the 10 of Cups. All your hopes and dreams become manifested. So you're almost there. You're almost at the finish line. Like, it's like you're receiving the things that you want. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Like I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard me in the other one, but it's like the crab is on a journey. This could be a open relationship to where, there are 3 animals here. So it feels like the crab is just taking a little bit more time. Or, hey, you could have someone that's crabby in your relationship that is just taking a little bit of time to warm up to you. All right. So let's get a little bit more to this story. And then we're going to throw down some advice. Queen of Cups. It's weird because the way that I see it is almost like someone is walking away from this situation. It's like they give up. I put my hands up in the air. The Queen of Cups, she has her hands up in the air. She's looking for clarity, and that's all she wants. What is this? What are we doing? And then, you know what? She's like, I'm walking away from this. I don't want no part of this anymore. And the reason why is because her ego is hurt. It's because she's hurting. This is the reason. She wants some attention. She wants a little bit more than what she's giving. So this is why things are not happening the way that you want them to happen at a faster pace, is because one of you guys in this relationship is hurting and they want more attention. All right. So spirit guides and angels, what is your advice? You need to work. If you want this to really work with you guys, you're going to have to be patient, all right? Because you have the 8 of Pentacles. It's needing to work together, okay? So when you are out of all options, you need to pick something else up and start something new. And it's almost like the Hanged Man when he's looking at the situation from a different point of view. That's what that feels like. And Spirit is saying you need to work together because we don't got time to keep playing victim over here, okay? So the mentality is, if we play victim and we get all stuck in our feelings, then of course we don't get what we want because your person is not giving into you. All right. So Spirit is saying, like, you're going to have to learn to balance those energies within you, your feminine, masculine energy, but you're also going to have to learn to change the subject or the conversation or whatever it is that you guys are doing. You're going to have to spice things up in the bedroom, if that's the case. But that is your advice, and I hope that you guys liked this, and thank you all for watching. I'm going to move over to the Pisces. I don't know if my phone is going to cut out again, but if it does, look for part 3. Now I'm just sarcastic today. Okay, so here we have in Pisces, your person is saying, sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Your person is crazy in love with you, all right? Your person thinks of conversations that you have. Your person is running things over in their mind, Your person, it feels like though, I don't understand, because some of you guys can be single, or, you know, your person is just like, it's like they're searching social media with that bird there in her hand. But it feels like, I don't know, like maybe your person is acting like they're single, something that has to do with single. And I am going to, I'm going to go back and clarify that. But I did want to bring up these two cards because earlier when I pulled them, I didn't really understand what this meant. And then I had to pull another one to clarify it. And that's where the Page of Wands came in. So we do have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. Again, you guys can be working with, you have your earth, air, and fire signs. You could be working with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. All right. So I feel like it's like a goofball situation is what this feels like. It's an immature situation where we're not really having deep conversations. And this is what your person, you know, is thinking about all the time, is the silly things that you guys do. The, you know, maybe it's more about like the creativity, the sex in the life. It's like, it's you guys haven't really formed a label, but you're acting like there's a label, if that makes sense. I don't know. Whoever's story this is, please do let me know. But in the Ten of Swords, I don't get it, because here we have is the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is like someone is just, they're tired. It's like they're feeling like they've been betrayed, or they just don't want this anymore, or they've walked away from something that was difficult, or maybe they feel like, you know, you're being too harsh when you're speaking to them. I don't know. Let's clarify. Let's dive a little bit deeper, because I did want to find out why the Nine of Pentacles is here. So, you know, hang on just a little bit longer, because I feel like this reading is going to be a little bit longer for you guys. So the Nine of Pentacles, why is this here? The Nine of Pentacles is usually the card of being single, where we do have, it's clarified by the Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and then the Knight of Wands. So you could be thinking of something all on your own, or, you know, these are the conversations that you're having all by yourself, or so, you know, like maybe you're thinking one way and your partner is thinking another way. The Five of Pentacles is feeling like poverty, being left out, you know, being, you know, it's like you're kind of trapped in your mind is what this feels like. And you're just kind of like drumming to your own beat. So you guys like to get stuck in your head is kind of what this feels like. And when you're stuck in your head, it's, you know, maybe you're thinking your partner is single, or your partner's acting like your partner is single. But the Ten of Swords is, you know, eventually your partner is going to get tired of this. Why is the Ten of Swords here, Spirit Guides and Angels? There are some decisions that needs to be made, and that's why the Ten of Swords is here, because we keep going back and forth. There is the, you know, the chitter chatter that's going on in the brain, and then there's the, you know, the passion that is there in the relationship, and feeling like this person is your person, your forever person, your soulmate. So it's like you keep going back and forth. It feels like there's like someone that has like air energy in their zodiac sign, or, you know, maybe this is for an air sign, but it feels like, you know, the love is there, but like you keep, like when your person's not with you, it's almost like you lose that hold, or like what they had over you. Maybe you're digmatized. I don't know, but there's something to where you're gonna have to start making decisions, and those are, oh, here we have is the Sun. That decision is to be happy, to be healed, to let a lot of this go. You might be suffering from past trauma or something. Spirit Guides and Angels, now that we've, you know, kind of went down that rabbit hole, we have a little bit more to this situation. And you did see me shuffle this. Is Knight of Cups is take your time. Court each other. You're gonna find that there is love there. I understand that there are some things that, you know, your person does that relates to, you know, the last situation or something, but that is a decision that you're gonna have to make, is either to let it go, but I don't think it would be good to throw those problems on top of your person. So Four of Pentacles would be best to hold back those emotions when you're starting to get triggered, and you're gonna have to find some coping skills. So Spirit Guides and Angels, what is your advice? Ten of Pentacles, abundance, family, devil is toxic, and the Three of Wands. So the abundance is definitely there. The bringing the family together is definitely there. Or maybe your person is always with their family too much, or maybe you're family oriented. But the devil could be a toxic trait. It's, you know, and I always say the devil can be anything from self-sabotage to anything else that's very negative, to, you know, drinking, smoking, you know, just, you know, gambling. There's something that is there where the manipulation is there. There's narcissist behavior. So the Three of Wands is, you know, the more we put this negative energy into the relationship, the longer you're going to be waiting for your outcome. You're almost there at your finish line as well, just like with the Scorpio, but you're almost there at your finish line as well. But it's almost like, are your true colors showing? Is this what your person's true colors are showing? Like, it goes back and forth on, you know, give and take. But Spirit is saying, like, if we or your person keeps showing signs of that devil energy and there's no change that is going on, then it's going to take that much more longer to get to the finish line. And the finish line could be anywhere from looking for that label to them moving into being married. There's something else that you want, but it's just going to take, it's like a delayed. So it's going to take a little bit of time for you to receive, because I feel like this is a learning curve that you need to know. But just know that, you know, your person does think about you. Your person does love you, and you and your person seem like you guys are like goofballs together. So it seems like this is going to work, but it seems like whatever you're thinking of is a you problem, not a them problem. All right, you guys, I really, really do hope that all of you have enjoyed these messages. I'm sorry that there has to be a part 2, but look for the first one, and, you know, here is the second one. So I will see you all on the next one. Bye.